The mill is now operating well above the nameplate of 1.6 million tonne per annum, and with the operational improvements in the crushing circuit, the gravity circuit and the mill, we are now processing at 2 million tonne per annum rate reliably. The process of challenging the status quo by the operational team is ongoing to see where there are further opportunities to improve the crushing circuit, gravity circuit, grinding and leaching processes. Whitefoil cutback commenced in 2015. This is now approaching completion, with current mining rates delivering final mining by December 2020. The ore body continues at depth, and with the improved cost structure and operational efficiencies locked in, this provides long-term opportunities to extend the mine life of Whitefoil, which is under review. In FY20, the journey to open the northern region commenced, with the start-up of mining at Cutters Ridge in April 2020. This will be followed by the start-up of Rajax pit by the end of FY21. These two pits will be providing ore feed for the Mungari plant throughout FY22 and into early part of FY23, with the mining operations transitioning up to Castle Hill and the northern area in FY23. We will then deliver the large long-term feed material supplemented by satellite pits, delivering the 8-year life of mine plan. Processing options to optimise the processing of Castle Hill ore are under consideration.
In this section, I would like to address opportunities at Mungari that we believe can continue building on the 2.4 million ounce resource base. I'm going to focus on the Boomer and Castle Hill areas. The photograph on this first slide captures many of the main elements of the opportunity we're exploring at Boomer. The vein is always narrow, which in this picture is approximately 30 centimetres wide. Vein geometries are typically buckled, which results in local but small-scale thickening of the vein. And in this underground exposure, the vein contains abundant visible gold, which is pleasing to see, as this was not as strongly suggested in adjacent drill results before breaking through on the vein. Mineralisation at Boomer is developed in at least two separate lodes over a straight length of 200 to 300 metres. The vein and high-grade mineralisation is commonly best formed adjacent to the Mary Fault, but also terminates against it. Away from the Mary Fault, the strength of quartz development diminishes, particularly along strike to the south, which has now been pretty well drilled. This is similar to what happens at Frog's Leg, which is located 300 to 400 metres northeast into the footwall of the Boomer structure. Although lode geometries are restricted to the south, the extension of the Boomer structure continues northwest on the other side of the Mary Fault. Here we have untested ground extending 1 kilometre to the north towards the tenement boundary with the East Kundana joint venture. We recently completed 5 fences of RC drilling in this area to determine the position of the Boomer structure. So far, results have been encouraging, with the structure intersected in each of the 5 RC fences. Drilling returned several quartz vein intersections across the position of the Boomer fault. We have designed further drilling, which we will complete over the next 2 quarters to determine whether new lodes are present north along strike. The narrow nature of the veins and short structural range require careful planning of high-density drilling to determine an effective test of the target. Turning now to the Castle Hill area, which is located 30 kilometres northwest of the Mungari plant along the Cunninulling shear zone. This slide shows pit shells constraining the Cunninulling resources, along with drill holes in blue and grade in the warm colours. The pink and blue slice shape marks the outline of the main geological feature at Castle Hill, which is the Kintore tonalite. Gold mineralisation generally forms adjacent to the contact of this granitic body, with most of the known resources occurring along the bottom or eastern edge of the tonalite. The opportunity I'm about to describe will rely on engineering solutions to enable production at lower cut-off grades in the Castle Hill area. Assuming this is possible, The geological continuity of mineralisation at these lower cut-off grades illustrates there are potentially large volumes of shallow, low-grade mineralisation extending beyond the current resource shells, which were optimised assuming ore would be processed at the Mungari plant. Small gaps in the drill coverage along the more favourable eastern contact of the tonalite could potentially connect to a long continuous zone of low-grade mineralisation. Large areas remain under-drilled along the western contact of the Kintore tonalite, which may be prospective for additional mineralisation. Drilling planned in the FY21 budget will continue to target small, high-grade shoots such as those that define the resource at Bacante, which have the potential to provide welcome grade kicks to future production at Castle Hill.